I'd like to begin with just a few thank yous. Thank you to Jennifer Elsie Boone, Melinda Goodman, Gina Rhodes, and Villarosa Media. I'm blown away by what they've been able to bring to something you can feel and touch and see. And most of all, to Dr. Gloria Joseph. Gloria and my mother shared a great love. And I think it was Linda who said before that this is a labor of love. This book is a true labor of love, and the love between Gloria and Audre, it defies description. But Gloria has gifted us with a small piece of that love in this book. And it's very special, and it was not easy. And so I just want to tip my cap to Dr. Joseph right now. I just have like a bunch of little notes, but I guess I want to say happy birthday to my mom. And, she would love this celebration. Absolutely love this celebration. First of all, there are very many beautiful people here. And she loves beautiful people, and she loved beautiful music. And as a lot of folks have said up here, she was a woman of rare power. And she was complicated, very complicated. And I will share just one birthday story. I'll take you back about 40 years to 1976 or so. And it was February 18th, 1975 or 1976. So that's about, 40 years or so. And my brother and I, who were, I guess, about 11 and 12 at the time, usually on birthdays, we would have a little show in the living room, kind of like a variety show. We'd make a little program. We were not athletically prone as children, but we'd do a couple of somersaults and call it gymnastics. That was the acrobatic section of the show. We'd sing a couple of songs. I remember one year my brother did Rhinestone Cowboy, okay? So that takes you back to what this was. But this particular day went by, and we didn't have a show, and we hadn't gotten cards. Usually we'd make them. We hadn't made cards in that sort of early adolescence thing, where as my mother noted in one of her poems, the distance between the request and the silence or the yes becomes longer and longer and longer. So we were in that stage, and dinner time came, and the supper was lovely. Frances had prepared it, and she'd gotten my mom's favorite cake from Villarosa, cannoli cake. So that came to the table, and we all had a piece. And once the happy birthday was sung and the candles were blown out, our mother looked at my brother, Jonathan, and I with a look that can only be described as completely icy. It was as if every window in the house had been left open in this mid-February night. And she said, "You won't ever forget my birthday again." And she was right about that. Now that I am a parent, and Matthew is 16, I am familiar with the dynamic of having to choose your battles. And there also is something, the tension between letting your kids go and also making sure that they are aware of your importance. And My mother was not a woman who had a problem recognizing her importance. But what was truly wonderful about her, and when people ask me about her, the first thing that I say is she was a wonderful mother. Because I feel that with all the revolutionary acts and with all the lives that she touched, I'm not sure that it really comes across, because it was almost as if she was afraid or maybe wasn't sure to be able to speak that she was a wonderful mother. But I'm her daughter, and I'm here to tell you she was a wonderful mother. And she had a way, and I know many in this room know this firsthand, and those who never met her maybe feel this through reading the words that she left. She had a way of reaching out and looking you in your eyes and making you feel as if you were the most important thing on the planet. And there is something revolutionary in that too, that not only was she a woman who understood her importance, but she had a way of making sure that you recognized yours in the service of your vision. And that is a very powerful thing. And so I would just like to say, happy birthday, Mom. I see you everywhere. I see you in the beautiful faces before me. I see you in the young black women walking on the streets of Fort Greene holding hands. I see you in unlikely places, like listening to ESPN radio and hearing these very traditional sportscasters discussing how egregious it is that any man would raise his hand to his woman. I see you in that. I see you in the ESPN Awards giving the Bravery of the Year Sports Award to a transgender woman. And I see you in the faces and the work of the young white male students that I taught in creative writing at Hunter last semester. Because one thing, and hats off to Ada Gay Griffin, too, I must say. That film, boy, powerful. And what you don't see in that clip, where Audre Lorde is graciously accepting the 1991 to 1993 Poet Laureate of New York State, what you don't see is 2 feet off to her left, Norman Mailer is dropping his teeth, accepting the novelist laureate for New York State for 1991 to 1993. So happy birthday, Mom. I will always love you.